Do you know what they say, though? Singing is a sign of a happy liver. I'm Judy Crow. I'm from Crow Vineyard and Winery, also Crow Farmstay Bed and Breakfast. We are located in Kennedyville, Maryland. We are a family farm, 365 acres, that diversified about 10, 12 years ago, and we've created something new and interesting. We got started growing grapes. You know, we know we're farmers and we know we can grow a good product. We also raise grass-fed Angus beef, and we know we could do that. So we planted some grapes, and then like we did 3.5 acres of grapes, and then our son joined us, and it's amazing what you can do when young people come into the scenario. He sort of spurred us on to consider making wine. So about 8 years ago is when we got into the winemaking business. When people come here to stay at our B&B from areas in metropolitan areas such as Philadelphia and New York, they respond to me that they have never seen so much open space at one time. They're able to see the stars at night. They're able to feel the community when they walk down the sidewalks and people say hello to them. They appreciate that everybody here is welcoming and friendly. So when people ask me, what are you going to see when you get to the shore? I think you're going to see something that has been lost over the years, and that's intimate contact with people who care very much about the products they're making and care very much about the rural landscape and maintaining the integrity of the rural landscape. My favorite things about life on the shore, I guess I enjoy having animals at our farm. I enjoy being able to occasionally go in Chestertown or go to Betterton or go the Kitty Night House for some fine dining. I enjoy having people come learn about the history of our farm and what we're doing. And I think more importantly, the most fun that we have is getting up in the morning and looking out over the lovely open spaces. And then as we close up things in the evening and tuck all the animals in and lock all the doors and we walk around the property, the stillness is just breathtaking. And those are probably my two favorite times of the day. What I think is important when people come visit the shore, and I'm going to start with, you come over the Bay Bridge and you head towards Chestertown. I think it's always worthy to stop in there. It's a quaint, cute little town, great waterfront. Then head north on 213. You go through this little town called Galena that people will buzz through, but there's a couple cute little shops there you don't want to miss, some antiques, and then head on up to Chesapeake City. And it has a wealth of fine dining and lots of fun things to see in Chesapeake City. So that's how I would suggest people hit the shore in our area here. I've always wanted Oprah to sit down with me, and because I remember her when she was on TV as a news anchor, and she was a local Baltimore girl. And I know she knows about the Eastern Shore. And I would just like to sit down with her and say, I appreciate all you've done for all of us women out there, but I'd like you to hear what we've done here on a very small scale. And that's probably what I'd like to do. My favorite wine sort of varies with seasons. At this moment, I'm really loving our Vintner Select White Blend that just got a gold medal at the Maryland Governor's Cup and was mentioned as best in class. And the employees will attest that, anytime there's an open bottle, a little bit left in, I'm like, okay, I'm calling that one for dibs. But every season it sort of changes with, the weather, and if something comes out that's really special. I'm waiting for that Barbera sparkling rosé. Probably that will be my favorite for a month or two, and then I'll move on to something else. That's interesting. If I had to pick a wine from anyone else, well, in our region here, I would probably pick something that was designed by Broken Spoke. Their wines are interesting, sort of a little sweeter than ours, so it's something that I usually don't have a chance to experience. I kind of like the drier style wines, and I think that the Barbera is always interesting to me. So if wherever we go, we would try a Barbera, because we grow it well here, we make it well, but they make it well in Italy too. So Barbera. I would say probably the complex sweeter wines are something that I kind of shy away from. And honestly, as you get older, you have to be kind of picky about how much you can drink. So I kind of stick with what I know that goes well with my body, clean, crisp, dry wines that's it. I'm going to say this at risk of some people thinking I'm a little crazy, but I think a well-balanced Chardonnay. Chardonnay got a bad rap a number of years ago, but a well-balanced Chardonnay, people are asking for it. The other one I think that we're going to start to see an upward swing on is Merlot. Some of the Eastern Shore Merlot wines are doing very well, nicely balanced, nice tannins in them, and I think you're going to see a comeback in those. How we approach making wine is sort of, there are several points of entry for us. One is our customers and our wine club, who express to us what they're looking for, and we try and be responsive to that. The second thing is our winemaker has some ideas of something he might like to try. Then we kind of go with that. Do we follow trends? Not necessarily. What we follow, our principle is we will make the best of what we can do with the grapes that we can grow here and process here at our farm. So that's kind of, it has to be something that comes from the farm and comes from us. I think the most rewarding part of our business is that we have here in the making of the wine and entertaining people is when you have employees that feel the passion the same way you do and have the excitement for the farm and the products, and you can stand back. For me, it is standing back and watching them express that to our customers is really important to me. My roots are teaching, college teaching, so I feel like whatever we do here on the farm, there's always an educational component to it. When we're talking in the tasting room about how the wines are made, when we give a tour of the winery, when we educate people about how we're growing the cattle, what grass-fed means to us, and in the B&B, when we're interacting with the customers, we're always educating them. So I'm an educator at heart. I probably can't stop that process, and it's systematic and it's who I am, and I just love that. I think it's important that we participate in Pour Up the Shore because it's just down the road, it's local. The whole concept is supporting the Eastern Shore, and I'm hoping that it'll make a nice draw of people for us over here. People from Baltimore, Annapolis, DC, Philadelphia. At our location here, we seem to draw a lot of folks from those areas, and I'm really hopeful that we can do the same thing in Sellersville. So it's going to be exciting what we bring to the festival in April. We have a Barbera Sparkling that might show there if it doesn't sell out before we get it there. And we have a couple of new reds that we've been working on. And oh gosh, we have a couple Governor Cup wines that we think might be nice there. So we'll probably bring the best of the best out for that show. I think that Pour Out the Shore is an opportunity for all of us in the industry of distilled spirits, wine, beer, whatever it is, to come together and really put on a great show. I mean, it's really important that people can spend time coming to the shore and have a good quality experience when they're there. So thank you guys for doing that.